morning. Thank you for joining me for today's Facebook Live. My name is Tracy Held. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia. Today's card is going to be using the Dainty Delight bundle. This is carrying over to the annual catalogue, but it is going to be retiring as a bundle. So if it's on your wish list, good idea to order it while you're still getting that 10% bundle discount. Let me show you the card that we're making today. That's what we're going to be doing. I am going to change the colors because I sort of fell asleep last night thinking about a color challenge and was creating cards in my head all night. So for the card today, we're going to be using black, very vanilla, gold, and the challenges are retiring in color. So I'm going to go with polished pink because that pink and black just really pops for me. Let's look at the products that we're going to be using. So first of all, as I said, that Dainty Delight bundle. I've just got a whole heap of little flowers here that are sticking to it. And this time of the year is like that really difficult time where we're all excited about the new catalogue, but then you look at it and go, oh, hang on a second, but I've got these products which are retiring now and I don't feel like I'm finished using them, or maybe I haven't used them much at all. So for me, one of those is these artisan edition dies. Have you seen them? They're really pretty. They give you lots of different effects. They are still available in Australia and they marked down to $30 for the pack of dies. So that's very worthwhile. And my good old favorite stylish shapes. Alright, now let's get going. So what I've done is I've cut my pieces out using those artisan dies, and I did put some adhesive sheet on the back here just because these are quite delicate and much easier to stick them with adhesive sheet than it is to stick them with trying to get glue on the back. Okay, so I'm using very vanilla for my card base. And I'm going to just peel the back of the adhesive sheet off here, not because I think that it will do anything wrong if it's on the back, but it'll just give us a little bit of extra glue right to my hands. And oops, I'm getting it stuck where I don't want it just yet. And this cover is a little bit slippery, so I think that if we've taken it off, we are just going to get better adhesion to the card. And it also means that I just need to put a very little bit of glue because most of it already has glue on the corners. Okay, so we're going to stick that to my card front. And in a minute or two it's going to look a whole heap better than it's looking at the moment. Alright, so let's just peel the adhesive sheet off the back here. And I'm hoping that a lot of my little bits are going to come away with the adhesive sheet. Okay, not too bad. It's where you have bits, if you just touch them with your finger, those bits usually do stick to your finger. And you can then just flick them off and have little bits all over. And they are sticky, so they'll stick to the floor or the table or whatever they happen to get to. And we're just going to position that right inside where it came out. Of course, you could use this without using the piece that's cut out, so just use this lacy bit by itself, but I wanted it sitting in the corner like that with the colour coming through. And we've got the second one for the other corner. Same deal, let's just get those pieces out. Not a good thing when they tip over, because then they're sticking together and you've got double sticky. But okay, this one's been really stubborn and I don't want to rip it. Let's see. I should be able to lift it with my pick it up tool. There we go. And we're just going to pop that one in as well. Okay, this one doesn't look like it wants to go back into its spot very nicely, but maybe if I just ask it nicely it will. Okay, we'll consider that close enough. Make sure that I've got my card the right way because we don't want it to go upside down. Now, what I've done is I'm using, and yeah, this is retiring, the fine shimmer paper. So that comes with your soft succulent gold and fresh freesia. And it's got this lovely, like, shiny shimmer to it. But there's no glitter or anything that comes off. So that's really easy to work with. And what I did is I took that die from Dainty Delight and I just cut about there so that I don't have the whole piece because I didn't need the whole piece. But I've got my two pieces over here. And I didn't want it quite the curve that it's got, which is why I've cut it in half like this. So what we're going to do is just pop a little bit of glue in here. Again, you could have put adhesive sheet on the back of this, but there's enough of the more solid leaves here that if you just put a tiny bit of glue behind the leaves, you'll get it sticking, that it's not going to lift. Okay, and we're putting that going up into that corner, or you can just put too much glue and get it smearing out all over. Guess that's always the issue with glue in little bits, is that you just want to put enough glue that it's going to hold, but not that much that you're getting it squishing out all over. Alright, now speaking of the glue, the prices are going to be increasing in the new catalogue, and they got the Tombow, or the liquid glue, is going up a fair amount. It's, I think it's about $2.50 a bottle, so good idea to stock up on that glue before the prices go up. So order that before the 2nd of May. Okay, now I'm not concerned about there where it's not meeting up in the middle because we're going to hide that. So I've stamped my sentiment, cut it out with my Stylish Shapes die, and I've got another one which I've just cut in the polished pink. This one I did so that I had my colour on the edges, but I think this time around I'm going to do it that we've got the colour peeping out the top. So I'm going to cut it in half long ways, and a bit of glue on the back here, and we'll just stick that so that it's got that little pink edge sticking out, and we'll do the same on the bottom. There we go. some dimensionals on the back here. And I'm going to stick my sentiment so that it's covering that join over there so that nobody knows that our gold leafy bits didn't meet up exactly. Now I've cut out a whole lot of those daisies in the polished pink and some of the half daisies. So these are from the Dainty Delight die as well. And there is a die, I'll show you which one it is. Let's put it in. So there's my daisy, there's my half daisy, and then there's this little die which has got sort of circles and they almost look like little mushroom shapes. So those are what I use to cut out the centers. So I've stuck most of them. I just thought I'd save one of each to do together, and all I do is put a little bit of glue on each bit there, and then we can pop that on there. Now, I'm not 100% sure which way this is supposed to go, but we decided that it looks better if it's got the straight bit at the top with the sort of triangular bit going down. And let's stick our flowers on. So there's no specific way to stick them, just as you like. I'll just try and sort of alternate them as I go along. There's my big daisies. Alright, and this time around, I don't know whether I stuck my sentiment a bit lower, but that's okay. I'm going to put a little half daisy going up the top of the sentiment there, but we won't, oops, you weren't supposed to do that. Stay stuck. We're not going to put one there because we've already got the daisy coming up onto the sentiment. I will put in the corner. I love the way the pink is popping against the black. Just pink and black works so well together, especially when it's a bright pink. And then what I decided to do for my insert, okay, I had another piece of Very Vanilla here which has disappeared. Oh goodness, it must have fallen on the floor. Here it is. There we go, it was on the floor. Alright, so I don't usually do this, but because I didn't just want the inside of the card completely plain, I'm going to put a smaller piece. So this is my normal size insert, my 14.4 by 10 centimeters. So we're going to put a smaller piece, 9.5 by 13.9 centimeters of Very Vanilla with that. And I'm going to put a few of these daisies to go on the inside. Go. Now what you could do is cut a piece out of this, you know, either from your stitch shapes or your rather stylish shapes, or so that you're using the inside of the card here and you've just got the outside that's making your border. There we go. So there's our insert. I had actually done the daisies on the inside of this one, but it didn't need the extra border because I had the coloured cardstock. And there we go, our two different colours. What do you think of that one with the pink and black? You're not supposed to be here, you're supposed to be up there. There we go. Right, so I think that that'll go down. I'll go and post it in that colour challenge group. And I hope you've enjoyed this card. I will see you again next week. So until then, have a good week. If you're in Melbourne, try and stay dry. See you then. Bye.